Hello, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Brianna and I am obsessed with the budget mom. I am going to go over my November budget that I just set up and also my debt payment planner. I'm kind of tracking until I am debt free, which should be in January. I started at 77,000 in 2020 and then today I think I'm at like 9 or 7,000. I think it's around 7,000 right now. But anyways, I'm going to go over those two things and kind of just show you like how I start fresh for a whole new month. Okay, so first I always want to start with the calendar because I want to see what bills are due when. And then I'm also going to write down any events that I have, any birthdays, holidays, like my husband's birthday is this month. I'm going to be doing something for him, but I did already like celebrate last month. I got him some stuff just a little early. I do have plans one weekend, but yeah, so I'm going to speed through it. I'm going to put dates on all the blocks. The Budget Mom's calendars in her workbook, her Budget by Paycheck workbook, they come unnumbered and unlabeled, so you can start it at any month. Like this is literally the second month, and I didn't have to start at January because I had just gotten it last month. So I'm going to speed through that, and if you're putting together your budget planner, then I encourage you to really go through, plan it out, because it's so much easier to see the big picture at once. So I can be like, oh wow, I do have something very important to put on here. I pay 6 months at a time for my phone bill, and that's due in November, but I didn't know which day. So it's very, very helpful when you're making your budget to see the calendar. Very, very helpful. And these are the pens that I recommend. They're Friction. They're by Pilot. And they're erasable. I'm obsessed with them. So those are all of my regular bills, I believe. And then, so here is my husband's birthday. And then we have Mint Mobile is, that's my phone plan that I pay every 6 months. That is due on the 16th. And then Thanksgiving is on the 27th. And then I also need a pet sitter 1 week every month. And I need her starting tomorrow. I think that's it. So basically, yeah, you really just want to put everything down here that might require money, so that way you're prepared. Like I don't host Thanksgiving, but whether I go to my parents' or my husband's parents' house, I'm gonna probably bring like an appetizer or wine or something. Now I'm gonna highlight each paycheck its own color. So last month my calendar was a mess because I was trying to highlight like bills are one color, variable expenses are another color, but that didn't really work out the way that I wanted it to, because I really wanted to pay attention to what's on auto pay. So what I'm gonna do is anything that's on auto pay, because I need to make sure the money's in my account, I want to highlight it yellow. So that's one to there. I only have 2 bills on auto pay right now. That's all that I can mentally handle. And then each paycheck is going to have a color, and then the bills that I pay are going to have the same color as that paycheck. Like most of my subscriptions, like Google Storage, Netflix, Hulu, they are on Apple Music. They are on a credit card that collects points. So that way, really what I'm doing is with my 5th paycheck, I pay for every subscription. So I got the points, the company's got their money. So I'm really not worried about it. I'll just check in and look at that credit card like every few days or once a week or something. But I'm not paying them until the end of the month because I don't really have to. So we'll make this one pink. We've got Apple Music. We've got Healthy Paws, that's my pet insurance. Hulu. I haven't been able to put the gym on that credit card yet. Honestly, I'm not going to the gym, so that's the problem. Google, Netflix, and I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, I have some. So another thing that I did that's very different from last month is I'm completely separating my business income and expenses from my regular budget because it was just getting too confusing, and I really want to focus on tracking my profit because I have an Etsy shop and sometimes I go a little crazy with buying furniture and just new pretty things to organize my supplies. And I have to watch and make sure that I'm not like dipping close into that profit and that I keep my monthly goal income in mind because I like to spend money. I really, really do. So, you know, honestly, I really need to keep an eye on that. So you might see me bringing in my Etsy income to help with like debt or savings, but I'm not specifically tracking like this is all the income that I got from Etsy for the month. I'm not going to be posting that in here or on YouTube probably. I just kind of want to keep like maybe that part personal. So next I'm going to do here. So I really only did budget out this first week. I have the rest in an Excel spreadsheet for the whole month, but I don't know where all the bills are going to fall yet with which paycheck. So I'm only going to highlight the 2 that I know. So I'm only going to show you today my pay period from here to here until I get paid on the 7th. And I'll probably make another video and just show you the next week and possibly what I have planned out for the rest of the month. So I'm not going to highlight any more here. I'm actually going to look at my first pay period and see what I have there. Oh, important dates. Let me write down. My husband's birthday is 11/11. I guess Thanksgiving I could write down. And then financial goals, I'm going to pay off one of my student loans. And I think that's about it right now. And I want to watch my takeout because I have 2 crock pots going right now. It's got a bunch of chicken and I should be meal prepped for the week. I got good groceries, so I really don't want to get takeout. All right, let me zoom you in. So this first tracker is going to be a little bit funky because I don't actually have a paycheck for this part because I get paid on Fridays. And I just wanted to stick with keeping November, like November 1st. I wanted to keep it in the November section. So I am just working with my rollover in my checking account and cash envelopes that I didn't use. And then I can see right now how much I'm going to get from Etsy. This is a portion of it. I am going to save the rest for supplies. I bought so much supplies. The Amazon driver must think I'm crazy, but I had so many packages today because I'm working on a new item, but I have so many orders. So I'm having trouble starting that new item, but I'll get there. I might need to close my shop just to give myself like a breather. And thank you so much. Everybody who places an order, I super appreciate it. This was just like a passion project, and I'm so grateful and I'm so happy. So happy. Thank you so much to everybody. Okay, so I'm going from November 1st until the 6th because I get paid on the 7th. So I'm rolling over to $39.35. I'm gonna keep $350 of my Etsy income and use that for this. The rest of my Etsy income will go to my Etsy savings. So that leaves me with $589.35. And then this is the last payment that I have. This is like virus protection on my laptop. I got a 1-year thing. And I just split it up in 4 payments. So that is gonna come through. I know that's what it's gonna be because it's telling me that's what's left. So I will be dragging this down. And then groceries, I think I spent a little bit more, but I'm gonna wait until it clears because I did Walmart pickup and sometimes it changes based on your substitutions and like if they didn't have something in stock. Gas, I'm not gonna need a lot this week. I still have plenty of gas in the tank. Takeout, I did spend $13, but I'm gonna wait to write anything until I know the total of what I'm spending. Fun, I already spent $20. I went out with a friend. And then pet sitting, I took that out too. So I'm not going to complete all of this and write down this until I'm done, until it's the 6th. And I know that I'm not spending any more money. And then the plan is to pay off one of my student loans. I am so excited. I have been doing this for between 5 and 6 years. I've paid off over $60,000 and I can't wait. I'm going to cry a lot. We'll just say that. Okay. So then if you're not familiar with her workbook, she does have a cash envelope breakdown after every single pay period. And she gives you 5 pay periods every single month. So then you can jump in at any month in the workbook. And if it's a 5-week month and you get paid weekly, you have as many paycheck worksheets that you need. Then I'm going to have my checking account. I'm going to log all of my expenses and I'm going to highlight them by category. Now, last month was like a refresher, getting comfortable with it because I haven't done paper budgeting in a while. I've been using Excel and I've had a lot of orders, so I have not been doing all of the upkeep that I should have been doing. And then I have my second checking account. I have this I'm bringing over from last month. It's just a little bit. It's just $50. I'm going to pay that off soon. And then I'm a righty, so I would rather have it on this side. I'm going to do cash. And I'm starting out with nothing. But when I start taking out for my cash envelopes, I'm going to start tracking that there. And then this is the exciting part. First, I'm going to show you my October spread, and then I'm going to compare it to November's, and then I'm going to eventually go into my debt payoff tracker. I made like a little binder. So in October, I had a plan of paying off my PayPal credit card, which I did. So that's awesome. These are the total balances in the beginning of the month. And then you write down your interest rate. You write down the minimum payment. I just wrote down what I expected or what I had planned to pay that month. It's not like the minimum payment that my student loans are expecting. This is just what I wanted to pay. And then the order that you want to pay them off in. I wrote down the goal that I wanted to pay. However, I did not meet that goal, but I got close, and like this is a lot of money to me to be putting towards debt in 1 month. I'm super proud, super proud. And honestly, typically my goal is $1,650 to put towards debt, but this was a 5-week month, which means if you're paying every bill once a month, then your bills are very similar in a 4-week month and a 5-week month, which means your 5th paycheck is mostly free money. Yes, you might need a little bit more groceries, you might need a little bit more gas, but you're not going to need to pay extra on your gym membership, on your student loans, on your car payment. I mean, you can if you want, of course, but they don't expect more. So that is extra money. So I did throw like 90% of my 5th paycheck to my debt. I still didn't meet my goal because I actually did like a little bit too much shopping for my Etsy shop. And then takeout was a killer. That was really bad this month. And then she has these calculations at the bottom, which is a huge eye opener. And just, it's like, it's incredible. I don't feel like I've done that, but I have. It's wild. So, and she also has like how to get from one number to the next. So last month, my total debt balance was $10,000. This month, this brought it down to $7,000, which means that I paid that much. And I'm guessing that this difference is from interest, the times that I had looked at those numbers. And then you get a percentage of what 2,600 is from that. Because this is 1. This is A minus B equals 1. So this number is 1 divided by C, which is your total initial debt that you started with. So this is what I had in 2020. This was student loans, a car payment, and $22,000 of garbage credit card, just stupid, dumb spending. Just, I don't know what I was thinking. I should not have had credit cards at that time. So that was my $77,000. Then I wrote down again this month debt balance, $75,10. Overall progress. That is the difference between day one, many, many years ago, and today. I've paid off $69,489. Now, yes, I have had, like, we did get stimulus checks. Every now and then, my parents might just throw me a little bit, and it's so helpful and so appreciative. But this is huge. Just that I've gotten the number down and not increased it. Now, this has not been decreasing every single month because things did happen. My car needed work many times. I had to bring my dog to the vet. She grabbed a fishing hook when she was a puppy. My cat, he gets ear infections a lot. I've needed to charge a lot of things. So this is still incredible, and I'm so proud of myself. And then here you get to see the percentage of like 69,000 is 90% of 77,000. Okay, now November. So this is what I am starting with. However, this personal loan, this is from a family member. This is from my mom. She loaned me money a while ago. And I called her to double check on the balance because I just couldn't believe that I was this close to paying it off. And she wiped it clean. She said, don't worry about it. So thank you. If you're watching, it means a lot. It means a whole lot. So the $250 that was supposed to go to my personal loan, that's going to my next priority. Well, this will be paid off like tomorrow when I get my Etsy income. My next priority is Nelnet AH. So every Nelnet loan has letters associated with it. Loan AH will be my next priority because that will be my only debt with an interest rate. Best Buy is a promotional loan that was from my laptop. And so tomorrow I'm going to get paid from Etsy. I'm going to pay off this student loan. And then I will only have 2 debts left. Crazy. If you are on a debt payoff journey, you understand the excitement of making progress and seeing the numbers and seeing how close you're getting to paying one debt off or all of your debts off. So you should be proud. And even if you fall behind, just get back on. It's not the end of the world. Alrighty. I don't know if I'm going to share this on here. She has a net worth tracker. I have it on Excel. I haven't decided yet. Oh, and then, yes. So she's got a meal plan sheet. My goal for groceries this month is $200. I'm planning to spend like $50 a week. And I can do that very easily, but it's just by eating very, very basic, kind of boring foods, but they're pretty healthy. So I'm gonna try to stick to that. I'm gonna have eggs. I've got chicken in the crock pots right now. I'm gonna have tuna. I've got yogurt, cottage cheese, crackers. I've got things like that for snacks. So that'll be just simple, easy, because when my food is not prepped, that's why I get takeout. And takeout was ridiculous last month. Okay, so that is November in the Budget Moms Budget by Paycheck workbook. Next is my little, because I just wanted something to be like more excited about, to color in and check off and things like that. So this is my debt planner. I'm going to put in the description where I got this binder from, and then the actual planning pages I have as a PDF in my Etsy shop. Okay, so this is my debt payment planner, and I do have, I think, like 6 or 7 different covers. Some have flowers, some are like minimalistic, some don't have any color. So that way you can find what you want. Now, in the beginning, I like to start out with, for this month, what are my debt totals? Now, this is from October. So these are the balances that I had in the beginning of the month. And then in November, so for this current month in November, I'm going to print a new one, and it'll have lower balances, just so I can get like a fresh, kind of similar to the Budget Mom, but I'm also going to be tracking my payments like individually on here. My goal debt-free date is the end of January. Okay, so this is the nitty gritty. So what I have is like, this is one student, or sorry, this is one debt, this is another debt, and then that's another debt. I printed out 2 pages because in October I had 5 debts, but soon, like tomorrow, I'm gonna have just 3 debts left. So I'm gonna be able to, because I accidentally printed this on the back, not realizing I'm gonna reprint that by itself, but I won't need this anymore because I did pay this off in October, and then I made a bunch of payments there, and then what is left, oh, I didn't write the balances, and then what's left is gonna be paid off tomorrow. So I'm gonna add that at the bottom, be done with that. And then here's that other student loan, Nelnet AH. Here's that personal loan, which, thank you so much. It has been forgiven. That one is done, it's been forgiven. And then I have my laptop Best Buy. So those are the trackers. And then I don't really like coloring in the whole thing very nice and pretty. I just feel like that takes a long time and maybe I'm lazy, I don't know. So this is my student loan. This was where I was at in October. I was at the top here. I was at $24.15. So what you do, if you ever have a tracker like this where you're able to write down the balance under every icon, you would take your total balance, divide it by how many icons there are, and then round it. So I think I rounded up, and about $57 each of these is where it drops. Now there will be interest, of course. So what I like to do is color it in after your payment clears, so you can see what the interest is, because it's never going to be perfect. But yes, so every time that you have surpassed one of these numbers, that's when you would color it in. So I've gone all the way down here, and then this will be paid off tomorrow. This is my other student loan, the only one that I have left, and it is, these are little caps. If you couldn't see, little like cap and gown, not cap and gown, but yeah. So those are little caps, and this is starting at $5,694. That is scheduled to be paid off by the end of January. And then this is the personal loan that was forgiven, so I don't have to pay that back. Thank you so much. And then here's Best Buy. So I am just doing the minimum payments of $30. That's all that they require. That's what I'm doing every single month until I have all of my other debts paid off, because this is 0% interest, as this student loan is 3.8% interest. So this is actually gaining, it's increasing a little bit every single day. This is not increasing at all. So I'm not worried about paying this off right away. I'm just staying within that promotional period, because after the promotional period, they will tackle on interest. And sometimes they add the interest of what your beginning balance is. So you want to be careful with those. Then this is my total debt payoff. So I'm starting out right around 10,000. That is what I was in October when I started using this planner. My goal is January 31st, 26. Okay. Oh, that's actual. Whoopsies. Good thing that I have erasable pens. That's why I love them, because I make a lot of mistakes. So I divided 10,118 by 80, and each time I just drop the number by 80. I am down here, so that is exciting. And then this guy, I didn't fill this out yet. It's so cute and adorable. I just haven't gotten to it. I've just been really, really busy. And this comes with the debt payoff planner. So that is my debt payoff planner. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it was helpful. Let me know if you're also working on paying off your debt. Are you doing good? Are you struggling? Are you having issues? You know, how's it going? Because I know it's very stressful. It can be very lonely because you feel like you have to say no to a lot of things. But it's up to you if you want to fit in a lot of fun things. Right now, I'm being very, very strict because I'm so close to the end. Other times I would be okay with going out and spending some money, but right now I'm kind of locking it down just until the end of the year, or till the end of January, just to make sure that I can pay this off and I can, you know, get to the finish line, because I've been doing this for so long that I'm very tired of it. Very, very tired of giving my money away. the money that I worked so hard for. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time I'm probably going to film continuing my November budget, prepping for the following weeks. I will see you guys next time. Bye.